Hi everyone. As we know that every Wednesday I make a video on Power Apps formulas, and over the past week I haven't created one video. So today I have decided to make a video on Power BI because I find this functionality quite useful, and while I was working on a project I saw that if we're adding a slicer, which is a component or visualization component in Power BI, it becomes quite helpful for the reports or dashboards. Let's quickly see how this works and what we will be creating today. That is, whenever I'm creating on a particular parameter, I can see that the graph is changing. So this comes quite handy whenever we're issuing a particular report and we need to fit everything in one page. This is where it comes quite handy. So for that, let me create a new report. This takes few time to initialize. So before that, let me show you that this is the flood India data that I have in an Excel sheet. It has the name of all the states, union territories, districts, and the various months of rainfall in India. So I'll show you how we can import the data and then we can use that function. So for that, I'll click on get data, and then it will be an Excel file. If you want, we can also use a CSV file, that depends upon you. So this is the flood India data set that I'll be using. And then we need to click the table that we want to load. Okay, now we can see clearly that all my data have been loaded here. Now let us quickly move to the changes that we need to make that entire slicer and the graph. So for that, we'll go to home and then to transform data. Okay, one more thing that I did not mention, which is that the data that I have here, I'm using it as a Power BI report. So for using Power BI report, I have downloaded a desktop app. This becomes quite easy for us to visualize and work things out. Okay, so we have this data set here. So I'll click on add column and then I'll add an index column to it. It's fine. Now let me just click here and select duplicate, and let me change the name to D2. Okay, so here I'll be deleting all the other columns except state underscore UT, that is union territory name, and the rainy season, that is from June to September. Rest all the columns I'll be deleting. So I'll click control and select all the other columns to remove it quickly. Annual report. So we'll be keeping only this. Okay, and then it's done. Let me just remove all and let me just bring this index name here to the first column. Okay, so now that it's done, I would want all of these to come under the common category of attributes and values. So I'll select this state and UT name and June to September, and then I'll click on transform, and then I'll click on unpivot values, so I can see the attribute as the state UT name and the values as the here. So I'll go back to home and then choose close and apply. Now that it's done, when I expand it, I see that there is attribute, index, and value. So for that, let me click on the slicer. So what do I want the slicer to have? I want it to have the attributes. So these are the attributes, that is the rainy season and the state UT name. If you want, you can also go ahead and increase the font size. So let me just increase the font size a bit. Yeah, this becomes quite better now. And then let me just bring in a column chart visualization to make the entire thing a lot more easy. For that, we'll be needing the value as the legend, and I think we are good to go. Okay, there might be some problem here. Okay, so here in the value we need to put the values here, and this is the state and UT name. Let me just expand it for better visualization. And whenever I'm changing it, we can see that there is a change in the values. So when I'm clicking on June to September, which is the rainy season month, I can see here that there are different values, and when I'm clicking on state and UT name, I can see that there are different values. So this is how the entire thing works, and I think that it comes quite handy for any report presentation because it's quite easy, and you whenever you have to present a report in a particular page, you can easily make use of the slicer function to make things more visual. I hope that you enjoyed this small demo because I found it quite helpful when I was creating a project of mine, and I hope whether you are a student or a professional or a businessman or anyone, you can really make use of it. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.